नित्यानन्देश्वरसमारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Kotaris, Tanedars, Mahans, Sri Mahans, Samajis, Satsangis, sitting with us all over the world through Nityananda TV, Sadhana TV, two-way video conferencing, having Nayanadiksha, cities sitting with us, having Nayanadiksha through two-way video conferencing, Dakota Dunes, Houston Kalahasti, Hyderabad Gupta Kashi, Los Angeles Arunachalam, Seattle Chidambaram, San Jose Madurai, Toronto Kailasam, Singapore Singapuram, Ohio Prayag, Guadalupe Rameshwaram, Oklahoma Somanatham, Phoenix Kanchipuram, Kuala Lumpur Parani, Hyderabad Gupta Kashi, Dakota Dunes, Jorpati Nepal, Austin Texas. I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. Thanks for the Kirtan team, such wonderful Kirtan in the morning. I am so happy. One of the important spiritual practice of Hinduism is added into our Sangha's daily routine. I wanted all the components of the Vedic tradition be made available here. We start our day with Nitya Yoga, then Nitya Kriya, then Nitya Puja, then chanting Nitya Parayanam, then now added Nitya Kirtanam and Nitya Satsang. Every day in the temple, Nitya Homa goes on. All the main aspects of Hinduism, Vedic tradition be made available in our Sangha. I am so happy it is happening. And I also wanted all over the world, all the ashrams and centers to develop your own Nitya Kirtan team of devotees, disciples who can sing well, do Nitya Kirtan every day. Let the Nitya Kirtan become a practice in our life. As I said already, from Jnana Sambandar to Ramakrishna, all the great incarnations have agreed and accepted the power of Kirtan. They all promoted Kirtan. So much. This is one of the direct way to blow away all the incompletions, clear all the incompletions away. That's one of the beautiful, most beautiful spiritual practice. See, Purnatva Kriya. Completion process uses your intellectual abilities to awaken your consciousness. It pushes your intellectual buttons rightly and awakens your emotional capabilities, conscious capabilities, Kundalini Shakti. Nitya Kirtan pushes the right emotional buttons and awakens your Kundalini Shakti, your consciousness. I tell you, the Kundalini awakened, the energy released, consciousness raised is 10 times more if your emotional button is pushed than your intellectual button getting pushed. The intellectual button, you have to be all alone, sitting and drilling. The emotional button, the whole life supports you. All your dimensions and energies supports you. It's time. One of these important aspects, Nitya Kirtanam, is added. This important aspects of Nitya Kirtanam is added to the Sangha, added to our everyday life, added to our spiritual practice, added to our spiritual sadhana, to awaken our inner potential energy and Kundalini Shakti. Nitya Yoga, Nitya Kriya, Nitya Puja, Nitya Kirtanam, Nitya Parayanam, Nitya Satsang, and Nitya Puja, Nitya Homa, Nitya Annadanam. All the aspects of Vedic tradition should be practiced and made available to the whole world. We should enrich the world with all the major aspects of Hindu tradition, the Vedic tradition. Today, as the part of the satsang subject, I'll say a few words about karma. This is one of the most talked about subject. I have also talked about this subject, karma, many times, from many aspects, from many dimensions. Now I wanted to talk about karma from the angle of blind spot. Please listen. Anything which you don't understand in the life, where your logic is not ready to penetrate, be very clear, it is simply incompletion which your logic does not want to see. Listen. Anything in your life you don't understand, you are not able to grasp, is the incompletion which you don't want to look in. Your consciousness by its nature is Swabhava Swayam Prakasa, by its nature self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasa, self-shining. So there is no such thing which you can't understand in the life. Whether it is which graha moving where, which star moving which direction, or how to use your remote control and operate the TV in front of you, or the various aspects of the electronic gadget which you newly bought. Anything, please understand, anything, your logic is Swayam Prakasa, to locate, to look. Whether understanding a law book or understanding a musical instrument or understanding some truths about botany or biology or zoology, understand the truth is your consciousness is self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasa. This is the principle I am directly applying and proving in our Gurukul. Don't you see? None of our Balasans had training or coaching in any field. None of their teachers know more than what they know. That much I can guarantee. None of their teachers know more than what they know. But they go on excelling in so many things. And they will go on excelling in so many things. This will be the new brand of education in the world, Nityananda brand of education. Where the basic principle is not you need to be told or educated, you need to look in or concentrate your self-effulgence, your Swayam Prakasa. If you are not able to understand something, it is your own incompletions, you don't want to look in, understand that at least. At least know the right reason for your powerlessness, you can complete that and get out of it. Your ignorance is not inability, it is your decision not to look into that truth. Please understand, never label your ignorance as your inability. No. Every problem you should do a right postmortem so that we can avoid that next time. Every accident we should do the right postmortem so that we should avoid that, we can develop system to avoid that later. Don't say, oh, after all he is dead, what is there, leave it. No. Do postmortem and learn the lessons. Same way. Every problem you have, do postmortem and have right intelligence. Do postmortem and have right intelligence. Do postmortem and have right intelligence. Your ignorance is not your inability. It is your decision not to look in. Your incompletion, your decision not to look in. Understand, your decision not to look in is your ignorance. I wanted to repeat it. Your ignorance is your choice. At least have right understanding about your wrong understandings. If you have the right understanding about your wrong understanding, we can complete it. Why you don't want to look into something is second. But know very clearly your ignorance is the area you don't want to look in, not your inability to look in. Please understand. When you understand, there is no zone you don't want to look in. There is no incompletion. Your pure self-effulgence is fully alive and ready to look into anything and understand anything. No incompletion stops you. You are Sarvagnya. Understand, Sarvagnya does not mean he knows everything. He can know everything. Understand the difference. This is one of the biggest confusion Hindus go on entertaining, infused by the stupid Western intellectuals. We have so many Sarvagnyas existed in our tradition, all-knowers. They've established so many Sarvagnya Pitas. Western intellectuals always question, if your ancestors are all-knowers, Sarvagnyas, why they did not invent train? So many questions they ask. First thing you should know, it is not that they have not invented, they have not patented, that's all. Second thing you need to know, you should understand the context properly, the word, the meaning, all-knower properly. They can know anything they want. When Ubay Bharati asked Shankaracharya about the secrets, knowledge about the physical relationship, he did not immediately have that knowledge, but he could straight get it. He can just one ray of his energy into somebody's body and see the whole action, signs, what happens in and out, and able to explain the whole thing to Ubay Bharati. Understand, it means being a celibate by birth, but not out of any incompletions towards sex. He is simply able to look in. It means he doesn't have incompletion. He has not become celibate because of any incompletions. He has not become celibate because of any incompletions. That is the beauty of the Brahmacharya in Vedic tradition. Brahmacharya in Vedic tradition. If he has become a brahmachari, celibate, due to some incompletions with the sex, he cannot just straight look into that science and answer Ubay Bharati's questions. The moment Ubay Bharati saw Shankara, the motherliness in her was awakened. Like the Meenakshi, representative of Meenakshi, the Pandya queen, Mangayarkarasi, when she saw Jnanasambandar, immediately she felt the motherliness. Mangayarkarsi was basically from Chola kingdom. She was married to Pandya king. Ubay Bharati, even though she felt that motherliness, she somehow wanted to win Shankara for the sake of her husband. But the moment she put the question, simply Shankara was able to look into. Through Kashiraja's body, he sent one ray of himself into Kashiraja's body. Understand? The pure consciousness. When you don't have incompletion and want to look into, you can just look into any one person's brain or look through any body. Usually that is what I do. If I wanted to have knowledge about any subject, I'll pick up that book, just concentrate on the knowledge of that author, the thought trend of that author, download it, observe, and throw the rest. Not for pride. Even now I am telling you, I challenge. Get me any book in the world. Whether it is about astronomy, astrology, gemology, zoology, botany, biology, law, anything. In few hours, I'll give you the essence, thought trend of the whole book. Because in Vedic tradition, when you don't have incompletions, you can look into anything. You can know anything. Not having incompletions to know anything is what we call Sarvagnya. I'll make Sarvagnyas out of my kids. No, really. I'm making this huge library just for my kids. Actually, I don't want to teach anything in the Gurukula other than the language. Just teach them language by the age of 6, 7 and leave them into libraries. Let them master the science of knowing anything they want. They just need the consciousness with no incompletion. Means the idea, I cannot know this, should not be developed in them. That's all. I tell you, fortunately I never went to school and learned teachers' incompletions and stupid mentality. Go on teaching impossibility to kids means making it so difficult. Saying that you have to read line by line and after that you have to do those, those, that. Memorize. And memorizing is difficult. Making it like a monster. Just because they have to have power over the kids, they exploit the kids by teaching the kids knowledge is difficult. I'll show the world knowledge is just like breathing. As easy as breathing. But the stupid teachers made even breathing as difficulty. They have not left anything easy. like pharmaceutical companies and doctors made health as difficult as possible. The Psychologist Psychoanalyst Association goes on discovering every 14 days, 15 days, one disease they discover. Just to have more and more people covered under their fold. Same way, so-called teachers go on making knowledge as difficult as possible. I'll produce Sarvanyas out of my Gurukul kids and teach the world how simple knowledge is. Still, when I remember, my eyes became watery. These village men and women who were my gurus, both my gurus, Yogananda Puri and Vibhudananda Puri, what a extraordinary intelligence they were having. From the beginning, they were so clear. See, by being around them, automatically I picked up this attitude of anything I want to know, I can know. Anything I want to do, I can do. This was not taught systematically to me. Please understand. Like how in our ashram, if you live, you will simply get the confidence to do completion and to do Nirahara Samyama, because you will see every other person will be doing Nirahara Samyama. Every other person will be sitting and doing completion. You will not have neck pain to wear this big mala because every other person will be wearing. Just things are in the air. You see, there are some things which are not taught. You pick it up from the air. With my both gurus, it was so amazing. Just in their air I picked up. In their presence I picked up that if you want to know anything, you can know. Simply. If you want to do something, you can do. Simply. I never know whether it is a swimming or climbing the hill or anything. Human beings need to be taught. I always thought, you want, just jump and do it. Not just the swimming and trekking. Everything. I still remember one day I went to Mataji, Vibhudananda Puri, and told her, the temple, such beautiful deity is there. It is so nice. I want like that. She said, you make it. I did not even ask how. And immediately, from my neighbor, I got one mold of Lakshmi and made a clay mold out of it. And did not get any other metal other than few aluminium plates from my mother. I asked her, give me some waste metal. She did not know what for I am asking. She had some 4 or 5 aluminium plates. She said, this is useless, take it. She thought I am going to give it to some sadhus for begging. So she said, take this. I immediately brought that and melted and poured the mold and made the deity. Still we have the deity. That was done by me personally in my own hand. And then after the mold, I cleared it and I myself carved it. I was hardly 12-year-old boy. Did not even have a second thought. When I did and took it and gave it to my guru, she said, "This is your Lakshmi." She said, "This is your Lakshmi." This ability to look into anything and the space of completion to look into anything and no incompletions about anything, simply possibility. Everything is doable and do it. Not only doable, do it. Blind spots are not inabilities, they are choices. Thinking blind spot is inability is karma. Understanding it is a choice is freedom from karma. Don't even know about inability and possibility and simply you are living, making everything possible is vikarma. I neither know it is difficult for some people, easy for some people. I simply did it like breathing, like living. Still we have that Lakshmi deity with us. When I went and told the deity is so beautiful, I want like that one deity, she neither discouraged me nor she started explaining how to get it. She said, "Make it. You can." I tell you, having the clarity, anything is possible. No blind spot is our inability, it is only our choice. Is sarvanyatva. Have this clarity. Anything is possible and everything is possible. Understand you are nothing but bunch of your patterns. You can work and remove those patterns. Your strong beliefs about yourself. I can't do anything. All that are just patterns. Mostly you don't even have the patterns of I can't do. I don't want to do. Your violence towards yourself and life. Most, I can tell you, it is your violence that you don't want to do. Complete with that and get rid of it. Life will celebrate you. Life will shower on you. If not, go through what you have to go through, what to do. The deity photo is available now. You can see. have a look on the deity which I made by melting few aluminium plates in the house. This is when I inaugurated the Nityananda Sacred Arts University. This day was the inauguration day of the Nityananda Sacred Arts University. What an auspicious inauguration by making Lakshmi first. Anyhow, understand, possibility you carry is your Lakshmi. Possibility you carry is your Lakshmi. Decision not to have incompletions. Understand, anything and everything you carry is your Saraswati. Making it happen is your Durga. That's all is life. Biddi is getting ready for Guru Purnima. I welcome all of you to be here for Guru Purnima, and after long years, almost 250 years, the temple is getting reconstructed. How many times we will organize, never happen. We will organize, it will never happen. Finally, Kalpa Vriksha, banyan tree, has given permission and work is happening beautifully. Beautiful stone temple. The construction is happening. The Swayambhu Nityanandeshwara's home is getting rebuilt. There was a temple earlier. In course of time, it just got sunk into the sand. But the main deity and Garbha Mandir was alive. Now we are rebuilding it properly. It's a huge golden temple. It will be one of its kind. Once completed, the whole temple, it will be the world's largest Shiva temple. And the main part of the temple, Garbhagriha, inside, and Mukhamandapa, Ardhamandapa, Mahamandapa, Vasanta Mandapa, all that will be gold coated, done in stone and gold coated. That will be the uniqueness of our temple. Gold is directly coated on the stone and gold layered and lacquer coated. First golden temple for Mahadeva, Shiva. First golden temple for Mahadeva. Mahadeva had golden temples earlier. Tanjore was golden temple. But unfortunately, during the invasion, the gold was stripped off. The whole Tanjore tower was gold covered. You can see even now the holes of how they fixed the gold sheets. It was stripped by the invaders, Muslim invaders. Mahadeva had many gold temples earlier, but now in the modern era, this will be the first golden temple for Mahadeva. Usually kings build or rishis built, devas built. Now for himself, he himself is building for himself. This time if you come for Guru Purnima to Biddi, you can see the stone work going on, carving, all the final finishing. As per the construction department, they are claiming that they will complete the temple within 4 months. Because most of the parts are ready, it is now only the assembling. That is great. That's a good news. But we were collecting material for almost last 6 years. 6 years we were collecting material. Now we are able to make it happen. Beautiful. I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching and causing eternal bliss. Nityananda. Thank you.
Nityananda Dhyanapītam, Nityananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nityananda.org. www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.